Hey, how are you? It's me, Jacobo. It's been a while since we last chatted, and I figured this is the perfect time to reconnect, especially now that the World Cup buzz has calmed down. Yeah, I know. Colombia got eliminated, so I guess it's back to our regular programming. For those of you who know me, you already know that I'm fascinated by the intersection between art and AI. Or perhaps a better way to put it is that I'm fascinated by the intersection between human creativity and synthetic creativity. I've always been fascinated by that moment when we take an idea, something abstract that exists only in our minds, and somehow turn it into something real. A painting, a film, a business, a project, a piece of music, whatever it may be. That moment when imagination becomes reality. And what I'm seeing now is that the gap between human creativity and synthetic creativity is becoming smaller and smaller. The two are starting to meet. And I find that absolutely fascinating. So I thought I'd start a series of videos where we can explore that together. Not in a theoretical way, not as AI experts, but simply by looking at what's actually happening around us. Because AI has become a big part of my daily life. I use it constantly. In fact, even this video has been created with the help of AI. And the more I use it, the more stories I come across. For example, I'm here in Colombia, and recently I was talking to a friend who's a farmer, not a technology person at all. In fact, probably the last person you'd expect to be using AI. We spent some time together exploring what these tools could do and how they could help him in his day-to-day work. Today, he's using AI extensively to plan and manage his crops. He's making better decisions, asking better questions, and accessing insights that, until recently, would have required expensive consultants. I love stories like that because they remind me that AI isn't really about technology, it's about people. It's about helping people think better, create better, solve problems, and sometimes see possibilities they hadn't considered before. And that's really the idea behind this series. I like to share some thoughts, some experiments, some observations, and hopefully answer some of your questions along the way. Whether those questions are about AI and art, creativity, work, business, or simply how AI can become useful in your everyday life. Because the reality is that AI has changed dramatically. What we were using 6 months ago isn't what we're using today. These systems are becoming increasingly capable, increasingly autonomous, and increasingly useful. And that means that perhaps the most important skill today isn't learning how to use AI. It's learning how to guide it, how to collaborate with it, how to get the best out of it. So if you're curious, if you're experimenting with AI yourself, or if you simply have questions you'd like me to explore, send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. Let's talk about AI. Let's talk about creativity. Let's talk about where all of this is heading. And let's see where the conversation takes us.